Welcome back to the Survival Gardener Minute. I'm David the Good. Today's question is from Darren K, who asks about Name yams, that is, true yams, and how long they are dormant. He just planted some in North Florida, and he also wonders about chopping down the vines and mulching them over the winter. The Name yam, various Dioscorea species, will go to sleep in the fall and winter. So they pull back all the energy from their vines and they pack it into their carbohydrate-rich roots. And so the roots then sit underneath the ground until the spring when they pop up again. Now in the tropics, that coincides with the rainy season, whereas in Florida and probably the southern United States, that would probably coincide when it warms up. And generally there's like a little timer built into them. So if you plant them right now and you get some good rain, they're probably going to be up in a few weeks. You can often see the wild ones, like the wild Dioscorea species, showing up in the woods around this time of year. So it takes a little bit longer for them to sprout if you've chopped them into pieces and dusted them, because they've got to make eyes again beneath the ground and start to grow. But you'll be surprised. When they wake up, they run and they go crazy. So just let them grow. And don't worry about them. They almost certainly will come up within the next month or so. It's going to depend on the warmth of the soil, which is probably pretty hot right now. And it's going to depend on the rainfall or irrigation to get them kicking. But those timers are going to send it up eventually, even if it's not particularly rainy. So watch for those little vines coming up and make sure you support them really well when they do come up. Now, as for mulching over them in the dormant season, yes, you could throw anything you wanted to over the top of them for the time that they're asleep if you want to. The vines generally just dry up and fall off over the winter. You'll see them start to turn yellow, and I've had people say, "Oh man, looks like my yams are dying." I'm like, no, they're not dying. They're going to sleep. They're taking all that growth and they're converting it down into starch that they can store beneath the ground until the next season. So you can mulch over them or whatever. They're not going to even know. Just make sure that you don't have it so thick that they're not going to be able to pop up again when the spring comes around. And if it's a warm and wet earlier spring, they might come up a little bit earlier. And if it's dry and cool, they're probably not. So thanks for joining me. Catch you guys next time. Check me out on the web at thesurvivalgardener.com. And until next time, may your thumbs always be green and have a great Easter.